minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the motion before this House. Mr. Speaker, this House is witnessing inconsistency in its highest apogee. Inconsistency that has never been seen on the floor of this House, except today. Mr. Speaker, you recall that in the last year of Mr. President John Akufo, 2008, Justice Paul Bafuboni was elevated to the position of Supreme Court Justice. And the Appointments Committee's report was submitted to this House for approval. Mr. Speaker, that day, records of this House indicates that the minority we see today, they were in the majority. And they extol the virtues of this man right in this chamber. They describe him as competent. They describe him as competent, a man who has served this nation with dignity, an honest judge. In fact, they said a lot of good things about this man. Mr. Speaker, what has changed? What has changed? Today, the same person has been elevated, and now you are opposing his nomination. History will be the best judge. Mr. Speaker, again, I heard Honorable Enyimadu spoke about executive manipulation of the judiciary. Mr. Speaker, you recall that between 2003 and 2006, Justice Paul Bafuboni was appointed to the Fast-Track High Court. He was appointed to the Fast-Track High Court, a court established by President Akufo, tried some cases, and after some years, declared unconstitutional in the history of our country. That was the period of executive manipulation of the judiciary. That was the period. And it happened under your watch. And today you have the courage to sit in the same chamber and talk about executive manipulation of the judiciary. Mr. Speaker, again, you are ruling on the matter, on this matter, is fortified by this report.
Honorable member, please, may we listen to, yes.
Mr. Speaker, very respectfully, I stand on order 122 to clarify a point. Mr. Speaker, we don't appoint to the Fast-Track High Court. We appoint to the High Court. So, Mr. Speaker, that clarification would have to be clear. There's nothing like we appoint to the High Court and not the Fast-Track High Court. When you are appointed to the High Court, you are then assigned to a division of the High Court. Mr. Speaker, this is the point. You don't appoint to the High Court.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, it is in the report, page 8. Page 8 of the report. Listen. Page 8 of the report. He was elevated to the High Court in 2000, serving at Sunyane and Kumasi between 2000 and 2003, and later appointed justice to the Fast-Track High Court. Is it the report? So what's your problem? So, Mr. Speaker, I was speaking to the report, exactly how it is captured in the report. Now, Mr. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you are ruling on the matter that while Parliament is discharging a lawful duty, no court action can stop that, is fortified by this report. And it's interesting we raise this issue for Ghanaians to know. Mr. Speaker, paragraph 27 of the report.
Honorable Member, your leader is on his feet.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Mr. Speaker, I have been trying very hard to get members on this side to listen to opposing views. I urge our colleagues to also pay attention and listen so that we can expedite action on this matter. I'm just appealing to our colleagues on the other side.
Honorable members, please, we need to listen to each other. Honorable Doctor, he represented Parliament at our march against the Judiciary. He was among the 11, and he ran all over the field without touching the ball. And he was substituted. So I understand that. Honorable members, please, we only consider and give prior approval to nominees of the President to the Supreme Court. The High Court and the Court of Appeal don't come before the House for prior approval. Please, that is the state of affairs. The process that he went through, I was minority leader. Concerns were expressed, but this was not a matter that came before the House for his approval or otherwise. Not at all. Please, let's go on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was saying that reading page 27 of the report, under point 6.18, propriety of proceeding with the vetting process. Your committee has reported, and indeed they have cited two major cases, one involving a member of this House, Honorable Vincent Asamoah versus Attorney General. And the report reads, to substantiate his position, the nominee cited relevant legal precedents, including Dufo versus Bank of Ghana and Vincent Asafua versus Attorney General, both of which affirm the principle that the existence of a legal challenge does not suspend constitutional processes in the absence of an explicit court injunction. Mr. Speaker, these two cases.
Honorable Member, I ruled on that, so let's move on.
Mr. Speaker, I'm moving on because our colleagues, when I raised the issue, that the same person, when he was brought here, they extolled his virtues. They said no, they are not opposed to his nomination, but they are talking about some legalities. And the basis of their argument is that there is a case that is to stop the proceedings of this House. And I'm reading this to fortify your ruling that they don't have basis. Their argument is baseless. They are only talking because they are in the minority and they want to be heard. Otherwise, they'll have no case at all to be even making noise in this House. The truth of the fact is that the man qualifies, he is competent. In fact, he is the first son from our region, Ahafo. to be elevated to this position. And the people of our region are solidly behind him. And so we urge our colleagues on the other side that you cannot oppose everything on this earth. You were here defending some few days ago. Now you are transmog.
Honorable members, we move on to the next person, and that is the last from the minority caucus, and the leader himself wants to take up that task. So I call on Osahene Afenyo Maken.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to add my voice to this debate on the floor. Mr. Speaker, in making my contribution, I would want to, in addition to the report, rely on the certified copy of the verbatim report of proceedings that has been served on my good self by the clerk through the chairman. And for the avoidance of doubt, I would want to make same available to the table office for the record, because I'm going to rely on same. Mr. Speaker, that said, I shall proceed to say that for the first time under the 1992 Constitution, a sitting Chief Justice has been removed pursuant to Article 146 of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, that removal effected on 1st September 2025, following recommendation by a committee chaired by His Lordship Justice Gabriel Puaman, has generated unprecedented litigation challenging its constitutional validity, procedural regularity, and legal effectiveness. Critically, several proceedings were filed before her ladyship's removal was finalized. These are contemporaneous constitutional challenges asserting fundamental and irredeemable flaws in the Article 146 process. The removal proceeded despite these pending objections. These objections now remain unresolved before multiple courts of competent jurisdiction. Mr. Speaker, we, the minority, hold a view that there has been inconsistency in the approach in this matter, and that if care is not taken, this country that we all seek investment for may not attract that needed investment. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, the prima facie findings of the Council of State remain unpublished. Two, as we speak, the very report that recommended...
Honorable Member, I thought your reference to this matter was a matter before the House.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
But what you are talking about is not before the House.
Mr. Speaker, then let me use the phrase well. Let me rephrase it for the purpose of clarity. Mr. Speaker, my submission is to the effect that the matters giving rise for this motion to be taken are such that we, the minority, still believe that there are serious matters for the Constitution of our Republic. Mr. Speaker, and I say so because today we consider this nomination, and you have made it clear that our approval or otherwise does not bring a finality within the context of the rule of law, which I agree. I'm not contesting that. But it is our view, most respectfully, that one, the fact that the prima facie determination is not in the public space is of concern to us. 2, the fact that the recommendation, the report that gave rise for the final decision of His Excellency the President is also not in the public domain is of concern to us. Mr. Speaker, we contend that for the purposes of transparent democracy, the era where the citizens require information, it should have been an instinctive, inherent decision to have released a report. Because, Mr. Speaker, we hold a view that this was no less a matter because it was dealing with an organ of government, of state, the judiciary. That is our contention. Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Member, as I said, you are complaining about acts of another arm of government.
Mr. Speaker, I hope my time is being stopped.
Not Parliament. Not Parliament.
No.
And those matters are not before Parliament. And so I have consistently guided you and your colleagues to deal with the matter before Parliament. Continue with the others at the proper forum, not